Hello there YouTube, Devin here again, and today I have another helmet video for you, and it's on a helmet I really like. It's a pretty simple helmet shell design actually, pretty ahead of its time. We'll compare it to some other helmets of the time, and stuff like that as well. We'll get right into it here. This is a very late production Italian M33 helmet. Now, this wasn't designed for the military, but this was made for a private company for police contracts and for export. Now, I know a couple of these designs, a couple of this exact helmet have popped up in other countries I've seen. They have a slightly different tag on them on the inside. We'll show you the tag later. But first off, we're going to get historically the outside of the shell. Now, it's easy to tell an Italian M33 from other countries that used it. The country that made probably the second most M33 helmets was Bulgaria, and they have flat riveted vent holes on them, whereas these are kind of domed and round. So they have three of them, one in the back and one at each temple. We'll compare it to a Bulgarian one here in a bit, but this helmet also has that kind of IR reflective paint on it, that enamel paint. It's very shiny. This one's kind of scuffed and beat up, but it's actually in unused condition. It's all just storage wear. So I'm very happy to get this because it's a very comfortable helmet, and I really like it. I bought this because it was labeled as Yugoslav surplus, which I really like Balkans militaria, because I like that area historically. I'm Slavic myself from descent, more northern Slavic though, so like Russia, not really Balkans, but I still like Slavic history, and a lot of Slavic history is in the Balkans. And I know Yugoslavia was one of the countries to purchase this helmet design, and I know their police used it. It was in military trials. You see some of them during the revolutions and stuff like that were going on, but you don't see a lot of. I think I saw one picture. I don't remember what book it was in, but it was of Yugoslav special forces or mountain troops. I don't know if they were mountain troops or, but they had the mountain troops oversuit on, but they had this helmet, and that would be in the 80s. I think mid 80s was where the picture was taken. I forget where it was taken. I forget what book it was in, but I have that book laying around here somewhere. I'll have to see if I could find it, and link that to you guys. But it's a very nice helmet. The M33 helmet is a what's called a ball helmet design, which means it's very round, which is actually very good for a steel helmet, because it gives it makes sure there isn't a flat or vertical surface for a projectile to hit, which is going to give you a better chance of deflecting. Some of the other really good ball designed helmets out there would be like the SSH-40, the Swedish M33 helmet is another good one. That one's a very ball helmet design, which has kind of the same principles. They can be made out of a thinner steel and offer a lot wider range of protection from threats, just because of their rigidity, from their shape, which is makes it a very innovative design of the early 20th century. So we'll compare it now on the outside to my Bulgarian helmet here. As you can see, they're pretty similar in shape. Now, the Bulgarian one has a little bit less aggressive of a taper on it. The paint's not as nice. It's also a little bit smaller. As you can see, like I pointed out, the riveted air vents are flat on the Bulgarian one, whereas they're round on the Italian one. The Italian one is just ever so slightly bigger, but they retain the same shape, and the Bulgarian one is based off of the Italian one. And the Bulgarians designed their own helmet during the Cold War rather than use the Stahlhelm that they traditionally used. They decided to copy the Stahlhelm-esque design, because denazification was a big thing, and they didn't really want to take a Russian helmet, so they used the Italian World War II helmet as a basis for this, which is the 33, to prevent that denazification, but also keep themselves kind of distant from Russia as far as designs go. Now, a lot of countries did that. They didn't exactly adopt Russian helmets, but they used something influenced off the design or something close. They kind of took their own path to sort of distance themselves from Russia and the Soviet Union. So here's the liner on this one, just as a comparison. This is actually pretty reminiscent of what the Italian M33 would have, except most Italian M33s will have a cloth chin strap, like a herringbone chin strap. It'll have this kind of tongued leather liner. But we'll get that out of the way now, and we'll take a look back at the star here, which is this is one of the really, really late production Italian M33s, and this one was designed for the Italian police, which is why it's just kind of a blue-gray color. And here's the liner. Now, the liner, most M33s are going to be on like an aluminum or like a steel sort of liner. The leather will be stretched over that, whereas this one is, I tried to get the light in there better. This one is plastic. It's clear plastic. The plastic at this point doesn't have a lot of give. It's pretty rigid. You could hear some cracks in it when I do that. It's not like hurting the plastic when I do that, though. It just, for some reason, it just kind of cracks and squeaks when you move it. So I'm just going to be careful with it because I don't want to break it. But it has these, everything's riveted in place, and it's all held in by those three rivets. The whole liner's held in place with those three rivets, and it has padded cheek / temple spots made out of leather. It has a roller buckle chin strap. A little bit of surface rust on it. That's no big deal. I could get that off if I really wanted to. Has a plastic chin cup with some metal grommets, which again have a little surface rust, but I'm not too worried about that because this helmet's in immaculate condition. This helmet is incredibly comfortable too, by the way. Just super, super nice. It has a 3-point chin strap. And it goes, these two straps go route to that rear part of the liner, and then eventually all the way up to the, which is connected to the rear rivet. Now, we'll get the chin strap out of the way, and there is the tag on it. As you can see, it says, we flip it back over here so it's easier to read. So it's actually at least the right way around. Now, I don't speak or read Italian at all, but there is the tag for you. Now, it has this same kind of thing like the Austrians did in their helmet, like the M73, where they have these herringbone cross flaps over the tongues of the liner, which kind of help disperse the weight a little bit better. Your head isn't supposed to rest directly on that cloth because it's not as durable as the leather, but it's supposed to help disperse the weight of your head across the whole liner system a little better. Now, I don't know a lot about this helmet other than that, so if any of you guys have any experience with this or know any more information about it as far as like how long they were used, when they entered service, why they were painted the way they were compared to the standard M33. Is this a standard M33 shell converted to this, or were these new made specifically for this company or for a specific contract or something? I'd really like to know if you know anything more about these. If you have any suggestions for future videos or any additional information or questions, please leave those in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. I'm going to make a few videos today because I have the day off on some questions I've been getting earlier in the week, as well as some continuations for some playlists that people wanted to see. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.